Nah, yo, we ain't going into this new year doing the following things that I'm gonna be talking about in this video that will continue to up your skin. Alright, so dark spots, they suck. However, sometimes it's you causing them, so I'm gonna tell you what not to do this year. When it comes to our skin, irritation can lead to inflammation that can lead to hyperpigmentation. Now that might be a little refresher for some of you, but I got some new people. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How you like the channel so far? Good? Alright, good, cool. But basically, you irritate your skin and it's possible that it could lead to hyperpigmentation. So what counts as irritation? I'm glad you asked. Acne, friction, ingrown hairs, products that are too strong for your skin, bug bites, dryness. So if you can avoid these, you can avoid getting hyperpigmentation. But how do you avoid them? Now with acne, unfortunately, it can result in a dark spot no matter what you do because acne is inflammation. But if you can figure out what is causing your acne in the first place, you might be able to lessen some of those breakouts, thereby lessening some of the hyperpigmentation. I highly suggest keeping a diary of what you use on your skin, medications that you take, your cycle, your emotions, what you eat, and how your skin is responding to all of these situations. Now over time, pimp, you might be able to find you a common culprit. However, one of the biggest things that you can do when it comes to acne, especially if it's recurring, is to seek a Skin of Color pro who specializes in acne treatment. So not only may they recommend treatments that can help with your acne beyond what you do at home, but they also may be able to give you something that can help regulate your hormones if that's the cause of your breakout. You can find out more about that in this video right here. Now when it comes to friction, look at where you're getting the discoloration and think about what you're wearing, what you're doing, or what you're using that might be causing it. Now right now we might not be wearing masks as much as we used to, but they can be a culprit, especially if they're worn for most of the day. So basically what was happening is the mask would rub up against your skin, which would cause acne, a condition called acne mechanica. One thing that you can do for this is you can take some Aquaphor, some plain regular Vaseline, CeraVe healing ointment, things of that nature. You can take a little bit of that and apply it to the areas, especially where the mask would rub up against your skin. That helps to create a barrier so that that mask isn't rubbing up against your skin as much. Now if you're getting discoloration on your legs, socks and hose, pantyhose, not the other kind of hose, can actually be a culprit because sometimes it can be a little bit too tight on the skin and it can cause discoloration. Now if that's what's happening to you, try to find pairs that aren't as tight, or you can also try to put a little of that petroleum jelly, like I mentioned in the last tip about the masks, on the area so that it's not rubbing up against your skin. Other areas where friction can cause discoloration: underneath the arms, in between the thighs, under the bottom. Now unfortunately, unless you're planning on walking around like a zombie from The Walking Dead, it is quite difficult to avoid that type of friction. I talk about this in a lot of videos. It's impossible sometimes for some people to be one even tone from head to toe. And you can find out more about that in this video right here. Ingrown hairs. Ingrown hairs happen especially when the hair, especially if you have curly hair, curves back into the skin, causing inflammation. Now your bestest bet against ingrown hairs is to look into either laser hair removal or electrolysis. With laser hair removal, it permanently reduces the hair growth. Now what that can mean is for some people the hair never comes back, and for some people the hair may come back but it's finer and not as noticeable as it was before. Electrolysis works by removing each hair individually permanently. We talked about the ins and outs of laser hair removal in this video here, and stay tuned, I'm gonna try and get you a video on electrolysis. But if you remove your hair using other methods, shaving, waxing, sugaring, depilatory creams, etc., you may want to do things like exfoliating the skin in the days after you have removed the hair, but we talked about all of that in this video, so check that out, after we done here. Some of y'all tend to panic when you have a skin issue and you want that mess gone ASAP. So much so that you're willing to butt off your skin in the process. Stop trying to overdo it with the strong products thinking you're gonna clear your skin fast. You might wind up playing yourself. When you use products that are too strong for your skin can get irritated. And what I had already said many times, especially if you watch this channel regularly, Irritation leads to inflammation that can lead to hyperpigmentation. So what you supposed to do then? So when it comes to your routine, take it from this puffy ad-lib from Total's Can't You See? Slow down, son, you're killing me. So here's what you do instead. If you're trying something that is new to you, you never tried that before, go with the lowest percentage first and slowly introduce it into your routine. Doing this can help you mitigate any irritation, so if you notice something, you can nip it in the bud right away. Instead of just taking something that you never tried before and just dousing yourself with it and hoping and praying that your skin is gonna be okay, cause that's kind of dumb. When it comes to bug bites, some of us might be affected by this more than others, but here's my quick tip. Before you take your ass outside, put your bug spray on. Because when you step outside, the bugs done ring the alarm that you outside bug spray list and they gonna get you. Wait until you get outside to put that bug spray on. Them bugs done already clocked you as they appetizer, they main, and they dessert. When it comes to application, you apply your sunscreen first, give it some time. You know, might need about 10 minutes or so to, you know, do its thing. Then you apply your bug spray. And then you take your ass outside. Yup, your ashy can lead to hyperpigmentation. When your skin is dry, it can't do the best job it could to protect you. And the worse it gets, the more the skin can become inflamed. This is why you might notice dark patches on areas of the skin that have been super dried out, or if you have a condition like eczema. So some quick tips for this: stop taking them hell hot showers that y'all just love to take. Hot water can make dry skin worse. I'm not telling you to take a cold shower. I'm telling you, just turn the water temperature down. Little by little, you will survive. Now, after you get out that shower, while your skin is still a little bit damp, that is the best time to apply moisturizer to your skin. If you are putting moisturizer on skin that's already dry, it's too late, dog. So right after the shower is the best time to do it while the skin is a little bit damp. Lock in that hydration and your skin is gonna thank you for it. You might also want to look into a humidifier. That's a great tool to have no matter what time of the year, because you know, the indoor heating can be really drying, but AC can also be drying as well. A humidifier will definitely help to balance out that dryness that's in the air. Also look at any itchy fabrics you might be wearing, especially now that it's winter time. You know, the little wools and stuff might be a little itchy. We're gonna move away from hyperpigmentation, but that's not the last you'll hear about it this year, of course. But the next thing is we have got to stop acting like we know more than the cosmetic chemists who make the products that we use. Now, I said we because I was trying to soften the blow a little bit, because I know better. I'm talking about y'all, some of y'all out there that be thinking you know more than the people who got the licenses and degrees and stuff to make the products that we use. Now, in this internet age, we are constantly bombarded by misinformation. Unfortunately, some of it comes from brands who just be doing some Olympic type of reaches when it comes to data so they can sell us some products. So how do we sort through this info? To get a better handle of what's thrown out there, I personally like to watch content from people like Dr. Alexis Stevens, Dr. Simi, Brown Skin Derm, Ron Robinson, Cosmetic Chemist, The Melanin Chemist, Dr. Dre, no, not the rapper, the dermatologist, Lab Muffin Beauty Science, and Kinda Steven. And there's a lot of them out there, but these are the ones that I tend to watch. I look for consensus among these pros to guide me, because what you won't be doing is catching me getting skincare advice from some random dude bro or some celeb that sells you candles that smells like Hapunani. Man, I hope you won't either. Now, every time I say this next one on Instagram, folks get upset. But I come in peace. But y'all, you're gonna have to quit plucking those facial hairs, especially if you're prone to the dark spots that just be all up and through this area. Now, remember I told you that irritation can lead to inflammation that can lead to hyperpigmentation? When you pluck them hairs out, it can irritate the hair follicle, which can lead to hyperpigmentation. Again, best bet is to either get laser hair removal or electrolysis by someone who specializes in skin of color, who has plenty of receipts, that they know what they're doing with those two procedures on skin of color. Now, if that's out of the budget for you, I used a Dermaflash device for years before I myself got laser hair removal, and sometimes I still kind of use it to, you know, get rid of a little peach fuzz and some of the dead skin cells that are on the skin. Now, if you want something that's even less expensive than that, I recently tried out some facial hair trimmers. Like, literally, you have to be, I don't even know how you could injure yourself with these facial hair trimmers, because I even showed that I could like take one of them and rub it against my finger and it didn't cut my skin. These are amazing. I posted it on Instagram, so I'll leave the link to that so you can get more information as well as a link to the product in the description box. Now, the next set of mistakes involve sunscreen. Either you're not wearing enough of it or you're doing this. We're talking all about what this is in this next video, and I'll see you there.